Hello, I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so the nostalgia critic doesn't have to, and neither should you. Well, I'm doing this voice to start off this review because it happens to be the month of a birthday of another legendary person whose iconic voice is sounding kinda like this right now. And it's one of the greatest actors of all time, and he shares so many emotions with just one tone of voice. And so we're going to celebrate that voice on his birthday month. Because it's August, and you know what that means. If you haven't figured it out yet, here's the spoiler. It's Same Elliott Month! Sam Elliott is an iconic voice. If you haven't seen him in the range, you definitely need to check that out. But he's also done some iconic movies with that famous voice and that cowboy-like mustache of his. So rough and tough and legendary. And since it is August, his birthday month, we are devoting the entire month to some of his classic movies. And we start off Sam Elliott Month with a movie that Peter Griffin took a little bit too far in an episode of Family Guy with that powerful kick of his. So, let's start off Sam Elliott Month with Roadhouse. Credit for the movie goes to United Artists, part of MGM. And no, this is not for monetary purposes. This is strictly for review. As we start this movie with a rolling down piano side. One of these clubs. What is it, a bandstand? Live music. That looks like the same bar that they used, or nightclub that they used in Night of the Roxbury, a mere 9 years later. And check out that ride with the pop-up headlights. And who owns that car? There goes that pretty woman. Or at least they want you to think it's a pretty woman, when in reality it's a smoking hot woman, as we see the title of the movie, Roadhouse. Just some random woman you're not going to see in this movie anytime soon. But there's the limo. It can only mean one thing. The busy people are here. Doing some business. Very important business. As you see Billy Ray Vaughan's Wannabe playing in the background. To the grooving people. Back to our owner, who is just scoping the place out. As you can see, business is booming. Eventually, we do get some important conversations, starring the guy from Dirty Dancing, who just so happens to be the night bouncer. So here we are, let's go. Fits the role perfectly. Oh man, you really want to tussle with the guy who can kick anyone else's ass and dance so dirty that it got people on their feet? No, of course not. They're still playing the music in the background. Good lord. As great as this music is, don't we have other stuff going on in this movie? Yes, we do. As we see our main character takes a stroll into the night into another club. Oh boy, he's walked into the wrong gang. Damn dirty bikers. He walks into the Double Deuce, where he's hoping to get a job as a bouncer there. And runs into another band. Wait a minute. Chicken wire? Boy, it kind of looks like the exact same setting as in the Blues Brothers movie. Very interesting. Ah, boy. See, kids, this is why you shouldn't be drinking. You have one too many, you get a little oopsie bump, and the next thing you know, we got a ficus going on. Does anything else happen in this movie? Oh, great. Let me guess. Another tussle? Okay. Seriously, this is all we're getting in this movie? Isn't there like some action, like kicking and more violence? When do we really get some action? Not that action! Finally, we get some peace and quiet from the scoundrel life of the night bar. As we see our main character looking up at the sky and seeing that the president is about to make a touchdown landing on their farm with plenty of horses that can run better and not cheat at the Kentucky Derby. Apparently, this is the FBI going after him. Attention, old bearded man in the farm! You are under arrest! Put your hands up in the air where we can plainly see them. Well, if you're gonna have that much real estate, might as well have a helicopter land there.
I swear he does that just to piss me off. Who does? Brad Wesley.
What? He touches down with his helicopter? How does that piss him off?
Like horses, do you? They like me. You wouldn't steal them, would you?
Hey, anybody likes this guy. Hell, the girl who played Ferris Bueller's sister happened to like him in Dirty Dancing, so this guy is an attractive man. Oh boy. Let me guess. They had their top secret mission just so they could figure out what to do with this guy. Or not, they just fly away. And we don't know what's going on with that meeting. We just know that some guy just happened to be flying in there with some important business.
Must have been 20 people look at that room this past year. No phone, no television.
I like how he picks up the hay. He's got two Captain Hooks that allows him to scoop up the hay and pile it on up.
Just too persuasive for me, I guess. It ain't the money, you understand, but if I don't charge you something, the Presbyterians around here like...
He rents a room, which is all fine and whatnot, but this doesn't really cut to the main meat. Ah, so this is where the movie Cars took that song from. Nice little stroll across the country, which you can afford to do when there's no other cars within a million miles of the area. About as vacant as Route 66 over at Dynaco Land in the movie Cars. Oh boy, this is not going to end well. See, this... See, that's an accident waiting to happen, but thankfully there was only one car that knew what was going on and just decided to swerve out of the way and go to Red's Auto Parts, where he meets a trucker.
New windshield's gonna cost you more than that old beater's worth. I'd buy it, be scrapper. Well, I like her, so order me one, would you? It'll take a few days.
Is this seriously all that happens in the first part of the movie? You really don't get into it until later on. What with the bar action and the helicopter, you know, those fancy helicopters and the swerving of the car in the lane. There really isn't much going on in the first half of this movie.